So we solved the environment.
That's like saying...
We solved homelessness. And we solved
I think that's
litter.
a little flawed.
And we solved littering.
I think your mentality is a
and
little
we're
flawed.
only like 10 minutes in.
Yeah, let's do it. For real.
Our 9th episode.
Yeah.
90% of podcasts don't make it past 10 or something.
Oh, really?
So we're almost there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's easy.
It's been a rocky road, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been interesting.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We got just you and me today, and Poppy.
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Said good?
I mean, like, cool.
Like, cool?
Like, I like it when it's us, you know.
You don't like anybody else on the show?
No, I do. It makes it more interesting.
Yeah. Contributes to the dialogue.
Yeah.
Fills it out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just me and you. It can kind of just feel like two guys talking.
Whatever we want to talk about, yeah.
Yeah. But that's the whole podcast, honestly.
Yeah.
Kind of the entire sort of gist of it, really.
Mm-hmm.
So, you want a little piece of news, man?
I would like to hear some news because I don't know what's going on.
That's true. You don't know what's going on. What do you know?
I don't know. Nothing new.
Well, we got a new president guy.
Yeah.
And he's been doing a lot.
Yeah, he's been going to town.
It's hard to keep track of everything he's doing.
It is. Yeah.
But I found one thing that I think is super important.
Okay.
And not a lot of people have talked about it. Some people have.
Okay.
I mean, he's been giving out pardons. He's been doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But this right here, I think, is one of the best things he's done so far.
Okay.
Donald Trump has said that he will reverse the previous president Biden's plan to phase out plastic straws across the U.S. government, complaining that they don't work.
Right.
Paper straws are gone.
Right.
In the U.S. government, like, because they had like a plan set forth to get rid of plastic straws and some stuff, but
yeah. So they're not like banning paper straws, right? Or are they?
They're not banning paper straws,
but they're just like bringing plastic straws back.
They're not buying them,
okay.
Basically.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
He said they don't work. He said they dissolve in your mouth.
They do dissolve in your mouth,
which is so true.
I'm trying to drink my drink, and I'm just like eating soggy cardboard. I'm like,
it's
just not what I thought.
I'd rather not drink anything than drink through a paper straw.
Yeah. See, yeah, I don't know. I feel like before you do that, before you drink out of a paper straw, or before you get rid of the drink, like, just drink without a straw. Like, you don't need a straw.
Yeah.
To drink something.
Yeah.
You know?
Just pour it in your mouth.
If I ever go in a restaurant and sit down to eat, I usually, like, they always give you a plastic straw. They don't even ask if you want one. They just always give you one.
Yeah.
And I just never really use it. I mean...
You just drink right out of the cup.
I just drink it right out of the cup. Not because I'm thinking about, like, sea turtles or anything, but, like, I just don't really like it. I don't really like it.
Yeah.
You know, suck on a straw.
I mean, you probably shouldn't just be making a bunch of plastic straws and throwing them in the ocean and stuff, but...
Yeah. I like sea turtles, but, like, I don't think...
Paper straws is not the way.
Yeah, it's
There's got to be something better than that.
Yeah.
We
could normalize, like, people carrying their own straws, because I know some people who do that. Like, they carry a metal straw or a plastic straw.
Or a glass straw.
Or, sure. That's just, like, reusable. You just carry it around. We could normalize that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'd ever
Paper straws, not it.
I don't go out to eat.
We should maybe just get rid of cups, too.
Cups?
Yeah.
Why?
Paper cups, plastic cups. Just get rid of them all.
We just carry our own cups.
No, you don't need cups.
You don't need cups.
You go into a restaurant, they have a
faucet.
a hose. And you just...
You know what? I can actually see that.
Hose.
I can actually see that. Like, it's just a hose coming out of the wall.
It's like a beer keg, but just water.
But just
or
water.
soda or whatever you order. They pipe it through.
But you have to share with everybody, or like...
You get your own hose.
Oh, so there's like 4
There's a hose
hoses.
for every seat. But it's kind of gross if someone else comes
Before you, like, you have to
after
wipe
you.
down the hose every time.
Maybe there's a little insert that goes over the hose.
Yeah.
Like a little plastic cap
Right.
that just keeps your lips from touching.
Okay.
Like a fresh, you would throw it away every time.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You put a fresh plastic cup.
It's like what the doctors used to look in your ears. Like, they put the cap over the ear thing.
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
look in there, and then they
And
take
then they
it off.
throw it away.
Yeah.
It's just like that, but you put it over the hose. You drink your drink. You have your meal, and then you just throw away that little piece.
Gotcha. I feel like...
that'd be better than cups.
Yeah. It require a lot of, like, restaurant infrastructure change, though, because you'd have to, like, totally run plumbing out to every single table, which a lot of restaurants that are already established, that could be a big deal. I'm just pointing out.
But hey, man, if we want to
really
make a difference, we
really...
gotta commit.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Or just use glass cups and reuse them as a restaurant and wash them.
I think the hose thing is better.
Or plastic cups, but not like disposable. I just think getting rid of trash in general as a nation is a good idea. Like, lots of things can be reused that we're not reusing, you know?
Yeah.
And just doing that. I think that's going to make the biggest difference.
Yeah.
And doing, like, you ever see those huge, like, cleaning boats that, like, have giant nets on them that are just devoted to, like, cleaning trash out of the ocean?
Have I seen one?
Yeah.
No.
I haven't seen one, like, in video, but, like, it's just, like, this boat, and it just hauls this huge net, and it just collects this trash, and, you know, having more trash crews like that, investing money in those type of organizations that clean up the oceans and waterfronts and stuff.
That's nice.
I feel like that's probably pretty good too, because that's direct, you know. It's like if you use a plastic straw, or if you don't use a plastic straw, like, there's a lot of other people going to use them and they're going to get in the ocean. But if you go clean trash out of the ocean, clean up straws out of the ocean, then
what if we paid homeless people to pick up trash?
Like, okay. Yeah. Okay. They could get, like, a meal ticket. Sorry.
They could get food, or they could just get money?
No, yeah, they should get money. Like, it's like a scrapyard, but for trash. It's like you bring in a trash yard. You bring in a certain amount of trash.
They go out, they get it, they do their work. They
have to divide.
They clock in or something, or they clock in. Oh no, they just bring the trash.
They just bring it.
They get paid by the weight.
Yeah, and the material, like you have to sort the trash yourself. Like you have like, you know, plastics and stuff, and then like more food trash. You know what I mean?
Yep. And then we take all that.
Yeah.
And we bury it in the ground. We get rid of it.
Well, that is the question. What do we do with it once we have it collected?
Bury it.
Because there's not a good way to do it.
Can't see it.
Burying
it's not there.
it. That's not true.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Huh?
Out of sight, out of mind.
Not really. What you could do is
we solve homelessness and we solve the trash problem.
I don't think so. Then those people aren't homeless anymore.
They have paying jobs.
Yeah.
That betters their lives.
The problem is, I think what's going to end up happening, Kyle, is, especially as space exploration and travel gets more and more common, which it is getting more common.
We're going to litter the universe?
I think that we are going to start dumping trash into space, which space is so huge that it would not matter in the next however long. But, like, it's the same thing as burying it. It's the same thing as tucking it away. Like, that's not a solution. You're just shoving all your clothes in the closet, you know, all your junk in the closet and saying that you cleaned your room, but you didn't actually clean your room.
How do you...
Same
I
concept.
think no, there's nothing wrong with that.
What do you mean?
If it's in the closet and it's not in the room.
If it's
not a
the
problem.
closet's a part of your room.
Yeah, but it's not... That's where the stuff goes, so it's okay.
But if you take all of the junk that's in your room that's not where it's supposed to be and you shove it in one closet and you close the door...
Why are you pointing at the closet?
Are you... Because there's a closet right there. Are you saying that you cleaned your room?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
So we solved the environment.
That's like saying...
We solved homelessness. And we solved
I think that's
litter.
a little flawed.
And we solved littering.
I think your mentality is a
and
little
we're
flawed.
only like 10 minutes in. It's a big step.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
It's been a productive episode.
Sure.
That's my news anyway.
Alright, that's pretty good news.
And a couple of my
ideas.
World-changing ideas that I just came up with.
Alright, that's cool. Nice. Good job.
Thanks. Yeah, but other than that, we do have to give an update because we went winter backpacking.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we said last episode, like, if you guys don't see from us, we're dead.
Right.
We died in the snow.
Yeah.
But we didn't die.
Almost died. Felt like it.
And we actually survived to tell the tale.
We did.
So let's give them the tale.
Yeah. Well, we drove out to the location on Friday.
We drove out to the location on Friday. A couple Fridays ago now.
Yep. We got all of our stuff together, all of our packs. We were getting ready.
Yeah, we got geared up. Are we still gonna do a gear video?
I think so. I think it's in the cards.
It's in the cards. Yeah. Little gear rundown.
Yeah, I think you guys would like to know what kind of gear we carry on a winter trip. You know, in case you want to do that.
Yeah.
But it was so snowy, dude. I was surprised at how much snow was on the ground. It was very thick.
It was thick.
Snow everywhere.
And cold.
Yeah. And we started hiking and stuff, and it was like, we started hiking, you know, we were just going, I was like, yeah, this is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I noticed all the blazes were, like, not white.
Mm-hmm.
They were, like, blue. And I was like, that's weird, but, you know, sometimes, like, the AT overlaps with other trails, or, like, a spur trail, and they'll just be, you know, the blazes might be a different color for a while. But it's going blue, you know, and I'm just like, yeah, it's so cool to be back on that Appalachian Trail, you know?
Yeah.
And then I just, like, have this feeling, I'm like, I don't think we're on the trail. Because of the blazes, and it just didn't feel right.
Didn't feel good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just had this sense.
Yeah.
So I just, like...
Trail sense.
Trail sense. So I whip out my phone, I look at my Far Out app, which is, like, the navigation app. And it turns out we were not on the Appalachian Trail. We were on a spur trail from a different parking lot that connected to the Appalachian Trail.
Which is not where we wanted to start.
It's not where we wanted to start.
We just parked in the wrong spot.
We parked in the wrong spot, and we ended up, the road that we drove in on and parked next to, we ended up basically hiking on the spur trail from that parking lot to the Appalachian Trail, which then we had to cross that road that we drove. The highway. And I already did it once, but that was like in the summertime.
Yeah.
And this is actually one of the most dangerous crossings on the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah.
Super fast traffic.
No bridge. You gotta run across the road.
No bridge.
There's not even like a sign that says, hey, by the way, you know, a couple thousand people are gonna walk across this road in a year.
Yeah.
Look out.
Look out. Yeah. And there's like a little like bit of a hill on one side, so it's like you gotta look, and if it's clear, you gotta run. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But those people are just whipping down that road. But that was kind of the first part. We did that. And
it was like 30 minutes in.
I was like 30 minutes in. So no big deal. It was snowy and icy, but whatever.
Yeah, that was the first day, dude. The Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
The sun was out.
Yeah.
I want to say it was maybe high 30s. I don't really remember what. Maybe it was a little colder.
I don't remember either.
It was cold, but it was like the sun was out. Snow was beautiful. There's animal tracks everywhere. I was like, dude, this is so nice.
Yeah.
Walking on fluffy snow.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be so cool.
It's going to be a great trip.
Yep. And we're going up a little bit. We get to Friday night, the campground, at around, was it like 4:30?
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, that sounds right.
I don't know, 4:30 maybe.
Yeah.
We get to camp.
The sun was going down.
Sun was going down because we were where we were at on the hill.
Yeah.
Snow everywhere. Couldn't really see the fire pit. Couldn't really see where the good camping spots were because there was just like
a blanket of snow.
Like you would pack it down, there would just be like brush everywhere that was under the snow that you couldn't really see.
Mm-hmm.
And once we stopped hiking, it got cold fast.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. Once that sun disappears behind the mountain, you know, it's just, we're in that shade and it definitely got cold.
Probably, I would say that 30 minutes of setting up camp, within 30 minutes of setting up camp, I was miserable.
Yeah.
My hands were so cold.
Yeah.
I have the Raynaud's thing too, so like I lose blood flow in my fingies.
Yeah.
And I kept having to put my hand in the snow to put my steaks in.
Yeah.
And every steak was like, yeah. It hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
And I brought a ground cloth and a tarp as my shelter.
Right.
And I pitched my little ground tarp, and it was only 30 inches wide.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is not wide enough.
Yeah. That's not a good realization for that condition. You know?
It was tough. And I'm sitting at my ground cloth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, every time I move, I'm getting snow onto the ground cloth.
Oh, right.
And I'm like, this is not going to work.
Because you're just getting snow like underneath where you're sleeping.
I'm like, so there's like a layer of snow. And I'm trying to crush it all down and stuff. But every time I move, I'm like kicking and pushing snow onto the ground cloth.
Where you're going to sleep on.
Yeah. I'm going to sleep. And then I'm like, all right, my pad will be there. But I'm just going to end up with like a row of snow under me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to melt from my body heat.
Yep.
It's going to get me wet.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to die.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
So I'm trying to figure out my life here.
Yeah.
I look over, and you got this nice tent.
Dude, this tent is nice. Can I just brag about it for a second?
You can brag about your tent for a second.
Basically, my tent is a zpacks-duplex tent.
Mm-hmm.
This is like, it's a very expensive tent. I bought this before my thru hike because I wanted to sleep in something. I wanted to sleep in something that I would enjoy being in because I was going to be living in this tent for 6 months. And I was like, I'm going to invest in a nice tent. And this tent is made from DCF, which is dynamic composite fabric. This fabric is very, very light, but very, very strong. It's
and it doesn't stretch, right?
It does not stretch, and it is like physically impossible for it to like absorb water. Like it cannot even absorb water. Water can sit on top of the fabric, because water is adhesive and cohesive, but it cannot be absorbed into the fibers of this material because it's just not possible. Mm-hmm. So this is a very nice tent. I slept in this tent during my entire thru hike, and it's super, super light. You set up with trekking poles, and it was great. It was really great. It lasted the whole trip. I mean, I had some little bits of damage. I had like some of the meshing, the mesh panels on the inside. Some of them had like some tears in a couple spots and some pinholes, but I gave it back to zpacks, and I was like, hey, like, can you repair this? And they were like, yeah. And so they repaired all those spots. And then I re-seam sealed the bottom seam in the floor so that no water would seep up through. So like this tent was prime and ready to go.
Yeah.
So
shout out zpacks.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really nice tent. Do you know how much it weighs?
Dude, I always like forget that. I just say really, really freaking light.
It is
literally. Yeah, I can't even.
I don't know.
Honestly, dude, like people ask me like how much different pieces of gear like weigh, and I'm like, man, I don't know. I know that's light enough for me to carry, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
You know, if you're gonna carry it, then you're gonna carry it. If you're not, then you're not. It's really that simple. You don't really need to think about the weight too much.
Yeah. I'm over here on my little 30-inch piece of fabric. And I'm like, man, this is not going to work. But I'm looking at Carter's tent. It looks pretty cozy.
Yeah.
You know, there's no snow on it.
Yeah.
It looks like it's wide enough for 2 people. And so I retreated into Carter's tent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, even like making dinner. What did we have for dinner?
Mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some mac and cheese, a light meal.
Yeah.
That was like hard enough just to cook and eat that.
Yeah, dude.
Eventually, we did get a fire started.
Yeah, I was just gonna go to bed, or hitting the tent at least.
Mm-hmm.
But some people want to start a fire, which is cool. I mean, fire's nice, and it was nice to have it.
Mm-hmm.
But
it really lifts your spirits.
Yeah,
I feel like
if it was just me, I would have gotten the tent. You know, I think that's kind of just a mental thing that you a hill that you go over when you're hiking for a long time. You know, when you're with people, it is nice, but like if the conditions are rough, like
just go to bed.
You just don't care. Like, why would I stand out in the cold when I could not be cold?
Yeah,
in my tent.
Yeah, but I thought it was nice
wet.
To get my core temperature up a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
And warm up my hands.
Yeah, it's true. It did warm up your hands.
Kind of just go to bed not miserable.
Yeah.
Snuggled up in the tent.
Yep.
Slept pretty good.
Pretty good.
Moved around a lot.
Yeah.
And then we started off on the hike in the morning. Packing up was just as miserable as
I would
setting
say
up
more
was.
miserable.
Yeah, I mean, it was very cold. Probably 20, low 20s.
Yeah.
Breaking down camp.
It was, yeah. And, I was going to make coffee in the morning, heat up water for my cereal breakfast thing, but I was like, no, I'm not even going to waste time trying to do that because it's just more time of me sitting there with my hands trying to do small little things, and you can't do that in the cold.
Mm-mm.
So I just packed up, threw some food in my body, and then I was ready to go.
Yeah.
I wanted to get moving because my feet were super, super cold and numb. And like I had nice boots, like Gore-Tex line too, so they're like dry and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But just being surrounded by snow, because the snow was so thick and it was like sticking to my boots. Mm-hmm. So just being surrounded by snow, and my feet were just constantly on that cold surface and stuff, like just got numb.
Yeah. And keep in mind, like in the morning, my boots.
Oh, that's the other thing, yeah.
Were hard as a rock, man.
Yeah, frozen.
It probably took me 10 minutes to put my boots on.
Yeah.
Trying to cram my foot into a just frozen solid piece of cloth. And mine are not waterproof.
Yeah.
So they were just fully waterlogged, fully frozen.
Yep.
Hard as bricks.
Yeah.
And then we started off on our little hike.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. It took probably 30 minutes, 40 minutes maybe. I feel like it was a little longer than that. 45 minutes.
Just
probably.
to get warmed up?
Just to get my feet to start recirculating again.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could feel it when the blood started getting down there.
Yeah.
And moving. It took a long time because like I said, like there's just snow covering everything, and so you know, when you're stepping, like the trail isn't cleared or like packed down a whole lot, so you're just constantly stepping in that really, really cold snow.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a good bit of time for my feet to finally start warming up.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Before
we get too much into this into the Saturday hiking, let's take a quick little break.
Yeah.
Let's get a breather. Maybe get a little piece of water, a little bite of agua.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll come right back.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're just here to let you know that we're sorry. for not
Sorry.
being dedicated. I mean, Carter's dedicated. He wasn't looking at his phone on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh,
He
man.
was paying attention.
Yes.
And what really matters is that you're here and we're here. And we're putting a lot of work in.
Yeah, we're putting a lot of work in. And we just want to let you know that we haven't forgotten about you guys.
We haven't forgotten.
You know?
We haven't. We're here.
We're here. And we're making it happen. And you know what? We're going to do this, day by day. And we're going to make sure that you guys are taken care of.
Yeah. Thank you for watching Bubba and the Bug.
Thank you so much.
It really helps us out if you're watching the videos, you're already here, you like it, comment maybe on it, you say something that you like or that you didn't like.
Yeah, that's always nice.
Subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
That way we keep growing and we keep getting better.
That's right. Take advantage of this opportunity because you have two brothers here who are totally willing to answer your questions, to do things you can request us to do a certain activity or talk about specific things, and we'll do it for you guys.
Yeah. Should we get back to the episode?
Yeah, please.
Okay, bye.
Are you ready?
Just gotta get situated.
Should I cross my leg like that?
That's what you do, man.
Alright, I'm ready.
Welcome back. Thanks for listening to that brief little thing we did there. It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Had a nice little
Thanks for listening to it.
intermission.
Yeah.
Not an advertisement, just like
Nope.
hey, here's where we're at type of video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. So
So Saturday.
Yeah.
We hiked in the snow.
Yeah. Can I say something real quick? So, the thing with cold weather backpacking for me is
Why don't you say something real quick?
Thanks, Kyle. The thing with cold weather backpacking for me is the actual hiking part is super fun. Like hiking in the snow, just cold, breathing in cold air. I'm not actively cold when I'm moving like that hiking. But when you're at camp and doing all those camp chores, that's when it sucks the most. Or if you just literally stop moving, like for lunch, even though we stopped at the Soul Trail Center thing, but even though we weren't even in the snow, it was still cold because I was not moving. So I feel like if I do cold weather backpacking more, which I don't plan to, but if I do, then I want to just end up hiking longer distances because you're just gonna stay warmer. Personally,
Hike, get in your sleeping bag as quick as you can.
Yep.
Get out, hike as fast, start hiking as soon as you can.
Yeah.
Hike as long as you can.
Yes.
Get back in your sleeping bag.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah. Dude, it took a couple hours for sure to get kind of the feeling back in my feet Saturday morning.
Yeah.
But once you get warmed up and you're moving,
it's really enjoyable.
And the sun is out,
yeah,
it's not bad. It's actually pretty cool.
Really cool.
Hiking through the snow definitely slows you down,
Mm-hmm.
and we're also sort of gradually elevating.
Yeah.
So the snow's getting thicker and kind of harder to walk through.
Right.
But just seeing all the animal tracks everywhere, dude, was probably my favorite part of
that was pretty
the trip.
cool.
I mean, you just realize how much life is going on in the woods.
Yeah, it's true.
Saw some pretty big tracks
I don't know what you're talking about.
that we couldn't perfectly identify.
Yeah.
They were definitely a hoof, right?
Yeah.
We definitely think some of them were pigs.
Yeah.
But there was some dude that we're talking like
huge.
Like a small cow.
Yeah.
Don't really know what that was.
Yeah.
Maybe elk, but it's hard to say.
Insane. Yeah. It would be insane.
Definitely some big hoofed thing.
Right.
And then, yeah.
Some kind of animal.
Some other things that weren't hoofed.
It's probably just all animals.
All animals. What do you mean?
What
do you mean by all animals?
Like all the tracks we saw were probably all animal tracks.
You didn't see any people tracks?
Like besides the people tracks.
Besides
the human tracks.
Besides the human tracks.
All the other tracks.
Non-human tracks.
Yeah. Or all animal tracks.
I agree that they were probably all non-human. I agree with that.
What are you gonna... Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead with what?
Whatever you were gonna say.
What was I gonna say?
You gonna try to talk about Bigfoot?
Nah, dude.
I'm talking about Sasquatch.
We didn't see any Bigfoot.
Yeah,
so
we didn't see any Sasquatch. Sasquatch isn't real. That's why we didn't see any of it.
Well, we didn't see any because there weren't any around.
Listen, I had to listen to like how many hours? Like 2 hours of a podcast where
not 2 hours.
This
like an
Canadian
hour.
was talking about Sasquatch and all the sightings he's seen and all these different things.
British Columbia is very submersed in Bigfoot culture.
Right. And
the Pacific Northwest is definitely like kind of where a lot of that stuff happens.
Right. But yeah,
we didn't see any though.
No, I wasn't really feeling like that.
And you're not really going to see any on the ET, I don't think, because
not down south.
Yeah, maybe up north. I don't really know, but
Maine,
I wasn't really trying to get at that at all.
If you did see any, it would be like in Maine, or like not because it's like it's just so isolated up there.
Yeah,
it's so isolated. There's so much wilderness. It's like crazy, but.
Yeah, but just seeing all the tracks was super cool.
Yeah, it was.
We ended up hiking, I think, 8 miles on Saturday.
Yeah. We learned, yeah.
We set out to do 13.
Yeah.
We weren't even really to our lunch spot. We were going to be we were going to be ending up close to our lunch spot at the end of the day, basically.
Yes.
And so we cut some miles off the trip. Just because hiking through the snow, man, we learned that.
Yeah,
slowed us down.
Yeah, we wouldn't make it in time. I mean, we would have made it, but we would have hiked in the dark and set up in the dark. Which in these conditions or those conditions, like not only is that not enjoyable, but it's kind of you're just kind of asking for trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you're setting up your camp in the super dark, cold.
Yeah.
You're hiking in the dark. It's easy to lose the trail.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like kind of snowy and hard to...
It all kind of looks the same, yeah.
See anyway. I only had a $1 headlight was my only light for the whole trip that didn't die, but just didn't really give me much good light.
Yeah. So yeah, we had to compromise, but we flexed the trip and we ended a little shorter.
We adapted.
We did adapt.
And we stayed at a shelter Saturday night.
Yeah.
And that was awesome.
Dude, it was awesome.
So nice to get off the snow, sleep on a dry surface.
Yep.
Not have to fiddle around with my hammock or your tent.
Yeah.
Just plop down your sleeping pad.
Lay everything out.
Plop down your bag.
Dude.
You got spaces to like hang stuff up so it can dry. That was the life, dude.
Dude, that was the life. I gotta tell you, man. Like, having surfaces to set things on that aren't wet or cold or dirty, like
frozen.
Like, it's just such a huge thing that people don't think about in everyday life. Like, I'm serious. Like, little tables and, benches and chairs and things that are just clean and you can set things on and they don't slide or fall off.
Yeah.
I got such a huge advantage, and just sit, somewhere. I don't know. It's such a huge deal, you know.
And Saturday night ended up actually like waking up in a profuse sweat.
Yeah.
Just like soaking wet in sweat because it was so warm in the shelter.
Yeah.
And I had to open up my sleeping bag and air out a little bit.
Yeah, I had to do the same. I actually didn't sleep very well Saturday night, which was kind of surprising, but...
Why do you think that is?
Well, the thing with shelters, they are really nice, but people are just... You're going to be able to hear every little movement, every little thing. Yeah, when people just adjust or roll to one side or even just move their legs, like, you just hear it. And that definitely keeps me awake. But I feel like also more so than that, it's like knowing that when I move, people can hear me. Or I think people can hear me. Like that, for some reason, I think makes me less relaxed. Because I'm thinking, I shouldn't move so that I don't disrupt other people's sleep. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But there's ways to, like, help with that, you know. For me, like, underneath my inflatable pad, I had a foam pad. I think everybody did, and that really helps with the sound, because if you just put your inflatable pad on the wood, on the bare wood, it makes a lot of noises. But with that foam pad, it helps dampen it a little bit. But yeah, that's just what I experienced.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, we went to bed at like 6:30, just because it gets dark early and it gets cold, so you might as well just be warm in your sleeping bag.
Yeah.
So I definitely couldn't sleep through the night. I would wake up and then have to roll over, kind of switching back side to side. I usually camp in a hammock, and this is the first time I slept not in a hammock in a very long time. Which, was fine, but
yeah,
I did end up moving around a good bit, so
gotcha.
Probably every couple hours or so, I don't know. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun. I would say that I would do it again.
Okay.
And that I would just be targeting shelters.
Yeah.
We talked about this a little bit earlier before, but don't even bring a tent, dude. Just camp at shelters.
Yeah.
In the middle of the winter, they're not going to be full.
Right.
You might have like a homeless guy or something, but...
True. That is true. Yeah, that's true, man. You could definitely do that.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
You said you probably don't plan on doing a whole lot more of that?
Dude, this trip was honestly like pushing it. In terms of like the time after my thru hike.
Yeah.
To when we did this trip.
Which was like 6 months.
Which was 6 months long. Is that what you're talking about?
Your thru hike was 6 months long, but this was like, how many months after?
Not 6.
4? 4 months?
Yeah, 4 months.
Yeah.
And
4 months wasn't enough time, huh?
No. I mean, there's no other way to say it. I mean, yeah, no. Like, it's crazy, dude. Like, I don't think anybody can understand it unless they've experienced it. But, like, at the end of that, like, you are just so wanting to never do it again. Like, just to not be in those conditions again.
Homeless.
Yeah. Just in those conditions. That, I don't know. It just absolutely, really...
Even if the weather was perfect, you'd be like, this is rough.
Well, no. I mean, if the weather was perfect, then that's a little different. I'm not sure. It's like, you don't get as much reward going out in the woods and walking around and camping and sleeping in the woods and then leaving. You just don't get as much reward, I feel like. At this point, at where I'm at, post through hike, I don't have the reward that I think most people do. Yeah. Especially when it is freezing cold and snowing and you're in pain for a good bit of the time. Yeah. You know what I mean?
We still had good views.
We had some good stuff.
Saw pretty woods in the snow.
Yeah.
Good overlooks. Good views. Saw some nice valleys.
The thing that's crazy though is I already seen all that. Like literally, I already saw all those views, all those woods.
Not the blue blaze. You didn't see the blue blaze?
No, I didn't see the blue blaze. Like a tiny part of our trip.
The 0.2 miles or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's like it's cool. I think eventually I'll get better. And like obviously
seeing the river with all the little frozen sections and chunks.
That was cool. Yeah. It also just stirred up like emotions in me, man. Like that would
unsettled you.
It just unearthed like all the past emotions and struggle and like determination. Like it's really weird to feel that again.
Yeah.
Just have that kind of like little dose of that injected back into me. I was like, whoa. Like it feels so long ago. But yeah, I don't know. It's wild.
Yeah. For me, I thought it was fairly rewarding.
It's good.
I just, it feels good to get out of the...
I hear you.
Get out of the daily grind for a little bit,
Mm.
What was your daily grind is my little dose of adrenaline,
Yeah, it's true.
Seeing those good views and putting those miles in.
Yeah.
For me, it was a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Friday afternoon. Wow, this is so awesome. Setting up camp. Why am I here? This was a terrible decision. I'm never doing this again.
Right.
Saturday morning, I am so miserable, but if I just start moving, I'll be closer to getting out of here.
Yeah.
Saturday midday, I'm doing good. I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Walking.
Yeah.
Hanging out, looking at the tracks.
Yeah.
Seeing what's been out here.
Right.
Saturday night, I'm a little cold, but this is still nice. Good view, dry spot to sleep. I'm happy. Fire, delicious. Can I talk about my dinner Saturday night?
Please.
Chicken Alfredo.
From Peak-refuel. Shout out.
Refuel.
Not a sponsor, but
not a sponsor.
Really, really good backpacking meals. If you just want to, if you have some bucks to spend, because they're a little on the pricey side. But if you are going to go on a weekend trip and you want to eat well, pick up some Peak-refuel backpacking meals.
I usually don't even really mess with them too much. The rehydrated meals. Yeah. I don't really like them.
Fair.
And it's just more water you got to carry.
Yeah, it's true.
But this chicken Alfredo was so good. I'm usually like because it's like a 2-serving bag.
Yeah, the Peak ones are. Yeah.
Usually like halfway through a bag, I'm like just trying to put it down just so I don't have to carry out the trash.
Yeah.
I ate up every bite of that chicken Alfredo.
Yeah. It
was so good.
See, I know. That's one of my favorites from them. Their biscuits and gravy is my absolute favorite just because I love breakfast foods and it tastes like real gravy and biscuits.
Yeah.
Which is insane, but it's true. So good, dude. So good. I remember the first time I had that meal in the AT.
Really?
The biscuits and gravy. I remember. I think it was in Tennessee. And I had it and it was so good. And then right after it, I had Trail Magic. And I had like donuts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my best rehydrated meal so far, I think.
Yeah. It's cool.
The only other hydrated meal I had was just the mac and cheese Friday night. I brought also oatmeal and biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
And I didn't eat either one of them.
Gotcha.
But we'll talk about that more in our gear video, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, man. Anything else you got from the trip that you want to kind of unpack?
I don't know. I don't want to sound like I don't enjoy it. Like I don't love backpacking. Like that's kind of one of the reasons like why I did the AT. It's because it is an enjoyable sport. And rewarding. But it definitely was pretty soon after, which is why I think there's still some bitterness there.
4 months, you mean?
Yeah, which pretty soon after when you think about it.
4 months.
Yeah.
Almost. Oh, you could have almost done the whole thing again, basically.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough time.
Yeah. Wasn't enough time. Not for me.
Not for you. Everyone's different though.
Yeah.
There's some people that do it and they just turn around and go the other way.
That is true. They do that.
Or the next year they hike another long distance trail.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah, man, it's good to hear your thoughts and your side of it.
Thanks.
That was our sub-freezing backpacking trip review.
Yeah.
We survived. It was intense, but it was good. And hopefully pretty soon we'll do a little video on the gear we brought. Kind of, you heard about how my shelter setup did not pan out, but we survived.
Good.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I guess I got a couple people I want to highlight. If that's okay.
Sure, go ahead.
A little interaction segment. First up, T-Rap, recent subscriber.
Okay.
T-Rap.
Shout out.
Shout out T-Rap. Thanks for subscribing. We appreciate you. And then next is Sam Nav, another recent subscriber. Really appreciate your support. Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, so just thanks, guys, for keeping on subscribing. We got up to 139 right now, so we're still growing. We're still appreciative. Just taking it day by day.
Absolutely.
We got one comment that we need to address here on the last video.
Okay.
One guy said, "Let's see the bear video."
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah,
So
we could.
You gotta send it to me.
Yeah.
So we can put it in.
Okay. Who said that?
Troy Canalicchio.
Canalicchio?
I think so.
All right, we'll get that bear video up for you, Troy. I think that's a good thing. That's a pretty cool video.
I'll say the bug promises it will be in episode 9.
10. Or you want it this episode?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
So we're talking about
Cool.
backpacking.
Let's do it. This one.
Yep. Thanks for the comments. Keep them coming. Let us know what you want to see. Don't forget to like.
If you forget, it's fine. Like, I forget all the time, but like, if you think of it,
Yeah, it's hard because you're not thinking about it. But
No,
really,
you're not.
if you're here in the episode, you liked it, right? You liked it,
But what if they didn't?
and they watched the whole video. I don't think you watch a whole episode without liking it, unless you're just
Yeah.
doing it out of pity, maybe.
Maybe you're like, I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe you're just here to judge.
Maybe.
But if you're here this far and you liked it, just little button.
True. You
Hit
could
it.
just tap it. Since
could-
you tap
it's
all the
one-
other buttons.
One
every day,
little press, and then bam, helps us.
You press a lot of buttons every day, so.
It's a lot of work to record and edit and
Yeah, I'm sure.
write
Yeah.
and everything. I'm sure. Yeah. So thanks, guys.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Good talking with you,
We'll
Bubba.
see you next week.
Yep.
Hopefully.
All right, we're out here.
We're here. Peace. Oh man,
Oh yeah.
we didn't do our outro, man.
Oh, the outro. Are we doing that?
We're not doing it.
Are we doing it?
You don't want to do it?
I think it's.
It's gotta get to us or to the audience.
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I thought it was like kind of like a cool little unique thing we had, but we don't need to do it, man.
Okay.
We won't do it.
You don't want to do it?
I mean, it seems like it's gonna annoy you.
I mean, yeah, it is.
All right. Well,
Well,
talk to you later.
whatever, man. Talk to you later. Maybe we'll just keep doing it.